My name is Cherished Polar from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, so today I'm going to be walking you through introducing you to CorelDRAW, showing you the interface, everything you need to know to kickstart a project using CorelDRAW. Okay, all right, so this is CorelDRAW 19. No, CorelDRAW 21. Okay, so these are the interface looks like, and get it straight that most of the CorelDRAW interface look alike. Okay, all right, so the first thing you want to do when you open the CorelDRAW like this is to click on new projects. The reason why you're seeing all these projects here is because, of course, this is not a new CorelDRAW, but if it's a new CorelDRAW, you won't see all this there. These are projects that has been done before now. Okay, so now you're going to click on new project. Okay, so I have a new project clicked on, and I want to customize how I want my page to be. So we have the privilege of doing all that here. So you can change the page size to anything you want. Do you want it to be A4 depending on what you want to do? Or do you want it to be A5? Do you want it to be letter size? Do you want it to be A6? Whatever you want, okay? And you can also customize here if you have specific number. You can change these to inches, points, pixel, or whatsoever. Okay, then you can also change it to either landscape or portrait. All right, and here, if you are using the design on social media, online, you're not printing, then it's better you leave it here at RGB. But if you're printing, then it should be CMYK. Okay, then you can, of course, you'll be changing the name there, the name. So right now I'm going to leave it as A5. I'm going to leave it. Then of course the resolution should be 300. And so I'm going to rename this now. I'm going to call it Intro to CorelDRAW. Okay, let's go there. All right, so we're here. This is what will happen once you click on that, and you're going to see everything around the CorelDRAW interface. So I'm going to be walking you through some of these tools. Okay, so we call these pick tool, select tool, position, or basically you use this all the time. Like when you move to other tools, you still have to come back to these to get things done, of course. Then we have these other one. We have shape, we have smooth, and all of that. I'm going to be showing you how to use that. Then here we have the crop. Most of us are on social media, so we have an idea of how crop works or something. Then we have knife and all of those things too. Okay, then we have zoom. Zoom is like, okay, you want to see clearly, you want to see boldly what you're working on. And then we have pan. You want to move it. Okay, you use it to move your screen. Then we have this, my best tool actually. So the freehand, toothpick, 2-point line, and all of that. So you use these to create, basically use this to draw, use this like this. So you want to take time out to test all of these things one by one, to practice. Okay, so basically you use this to create. Okay, then of course the same thing applicable to this, though I hardly use this, but then you also use all this to create too. Okay, but I can use these tools to do everything I need to do. So usually I don't use this. Then of course we have the triangle. So you can use this like this to create in a box. Okay, so we have the circle. Okay, so if you're creating circle and triangle too, if you wanted to have the same height and width, then you want to hold down your control key. So you click on the button and you hold down your window, you hold down your control key and then click and draw. Okay, but on the Mac, you hold down your control key. No, you hold down your command, click and draw. Okay, so that's how it works. The same thing for rectangle too. So you hold down your control key, you click and draw so that you can maintain the same height and width. Okay, then we go to polygon, we go to stars. So I want to create stars now. I have it this way. I'm holding down my command key. I'm using Mac right now. So I'm holding down my command key and I just click on that to maintain the same size all through, right? So, and for star, I can increase the number of the shapes I have, okay? So I can, what I have here now is 5. That's why I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can increase it to 7, and then I can increase the depth. This the depth here. So what I have right now is 53. I can increase it to 70. It all depends on what I want to achieve at the end of the day. Okay, then I think we have more tools there. Let's see. Have more tools there. So you want to practice and practice. Okay, then okay, then we have this very important tool. Of course, this is test 2. So done. You want to write my name. This is what you use. Okay, so you click on it and then drop it down and type. Okay, then table. You have table there, just like you use table on Microsoft Word. Then we have the parallel dimension, like this. This. Okay, so usually we use these to calculate, especially when you are working on logo. Okay, so we have the horizontal now too. Okay, so you can use it to calculate based on what you are doing at that particular time. We have the connector, we have drop shadow, contour, and many of those things. The drop shadow, of course, if I have a shape like this. So what I did right now, I click on the drop shadow. I moved from here to here to create the box. Okay, so I created the box and I moved here because I want to work on the box. If I am on this, if I want to give it color, if I'm on this, if I want to okay, so I move here so that it can function very well, so that I can move here and there. Okay, all right guys, so that's how it works. So then I want to give it shadow, then I can now click on this and then draw it. Okay, then I can change the shadow to any color I want. Okay, depending, I can then change this one to, it all depends. You notice that the color of the shadow has changed. I can use this one to control it, control the shadow. Depends, it all depends on how I want it. Then I can change this color back. Usually you should do this before you change the color. Okay, so it all depends on how I want the result I want to see at the end of the day. Okay, so that's for shadow. We have other stuff there too. Contour, the blend, the distort, the envelope, and all of that. If you check some of my tutorials I worked on based on the project, I use some of those stuff. Okay, so this is um, transparent too. So I have this now. I have this, and I want it to be transparent. I can control it from there. Okay, so move back here. I create box. I create another box. Okay, for instance, this is this color and this is this color. I want the two of them to be transparent. I want this one to reflect on. So to highlight the two, I have to pick from outside and just create a box using this, right? So then I come here, click on it. I can reduce this so that it can reflect on each other. All right, so let's move forward so we don't get stuck just to one particular two. So we have color, eyedropper, and we have interactive field and smart field. We're going to be working on most of those things today, but then I just want to first introduce you to the interface. So that's what we have there under the tools. Then, of course, we have the view. So if you're creating maybe like a logo, you want it to have what we call grid, so that you can get the measurement very well. This is it, and you can close it. Then we have ruler showing now. You can as well close the ruler or you open it. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so you can open and close the ruler if you so want it that way. It's all the pain. And again, we have a page one. Right now we're on page one, and that's why we have it here. So we can have more pages. You can create more pages if you so want it. So what you're going to be doing is you come here, you right click, then you have all this. Then you can now duplicate or insert page after, and you can also insert page before, right? And you can also rename this page. Okay, so for instance, if I'm working on book cover, I want this page to be the front and I want the other page to be the back. I can easily create another page that's insert page after. Okay, so I have a new page, completely new page. But now I'm going back here, so I can rename these as front cover, and I can name these as back cover. Okay, so that is it about the page. And for any reason, if I want to change these, I can change it. And if I still want to change this to landscape, I can change it to landscape or leave it at portrait. If I want to change my page, I can still change here. Remember, we did all that in the beginning, but I can still walk around it here. All right, then there is another thing here about alignment. So let's say, for instance, now I have Polar is a boy, and I also have she likes me. Okay, so I can change the font here to anyone I like. So I like that. Change this one to anyone I like. Okay, so if I just did that using, remember we are on this particular tool. So now what I want to do is I want these two to be on the same line, right? I just want to show you something about alignment. So I have both highlighted this way. Then I come here and then click on that small button, then I align to left. We have it there. Then if I want it to be aligned to this side too, I do the same thing here. If I want it to be aligned to top, you can see that. If I want it to be aligned to bottom, so it all depends on what I want to do, what I want to achieve at the end of the day. Okay, so you can use it for multiple elements. I can also use it for this box. I just highlighted both. Then lest I forget, if you want to highlight two elements, you can, aside drawing a box like this, you can as well click on the first element, then hold your shift and then click on the second element. You have the two highlighted, and I can move the two together. But remember that the cursor is, we are on the pick 2, call it pick 2. Select to position whatsoever. Alright, so we have it this way. Then I can also do the same thing with it. Okay, I can do the same thing with it. Let's say this. I can do the same thing with this. It all depends on what I want to achieve at the end of the day. Okay, so that's it about alignment. And then if you have so we have this shape like this. Okay, lest I forget again to, if I want to expand this, if I want it to be bigger, I click on this. That is, I left click on this or any angle I want. The reason why I prefer using, of course, why you should be using the angle point is you want to maintain the same shape. If I do this, you can see. Alright, so I'm going to press Command Z or Control Z on window. Okay, so I'm going to draw it from the edge so that the shape will be the same thing. Okay, so I have done that now, but then I want it to flip to the other side. This is what you do. This is when you use your mirror. You flip it this way. You want it to flip to the other side again, like upward, down, or downward or something. So you use this too. So you use this way and this way. So that is how it works. Then of course I want this line to be thicker. This is it here. I can change the size. I can make it thicker. I make it bolder. And I can at the same time change the style. Maybe to dots. Something. It all depends on what I am working on at that particular time. Okay, so then we have the arrow. If I need arrow there, you understand, and if I need depends on what I want at that particular time. Okay, so you can check, you can practice, try different stuff. Okay, so that is how it works. So then I can give it color. Of course, I think I did that before. You can, the color palette is here, so you can change the color to anything, and you can also expand the color by clicking here. Okay, so you see more colors. All right, and then you can still go this way to see the colors you've used recently, so it will show you. So I have this. I'm changing these to blue. Okay, so and then I want to use this tool now. Remember zoom tool. I click on it. Just click on the area you want to zoom. Okay, so if you notice, we have what we call borderline around this circle now. If I want the borderline, fine. If I want to change the color of the borderline, I come on the particular color I want, then I'm going to right click. Remember that this is being highlighted, like I'm on this, then I'm going to right click. I want to change it to red, that black line. So I'm going to right click and then come here, set outline color. Okay, so I have it as red. Then I want to remember you can make it thicker and bolder, so I'm going to make it thicker now. And then I made it bigger, right? So it works that way, and that is it for that. So I have that done. Then I want to show you another thing entirely. So if I have two shapes, I have two shapes like this. So of course, you know, Control D or Command D will duplicate your shape when you click on it, or anything. I can use it to duplicate this too. Okay, Control D or Command P. So I want these two objects now. I have them on each other. Okay, so I click on this, I hold my shift and click on this. So I have two objects together, then that's why we have this thing showing. So with this thing, I can create some other thing, like I can look at what's going to be happening. So you can also test this will merge the two objects together. So I'm pressing Command Command Z now, or Control Z to go back. So then this would give you this will give you this, that is, it will be intersect. Okay, then this give you this will give you this. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve at the end of the day. Alright, so that's how it works there. Okay, so I'm going to try and put in everything that I've mentioned today, and use it to create something, and you will see now. Follow me. So I'm going to delete everything here now, as using Control A and delete. I believe there will still be so many things I'm going to be talking about as I start this little stuff. Okay, so now I'm thinking I should create something for, let's create something like juice sticker. Let's say a juice company needs a sticker and you want to create a sticker. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. Meanwhile, if you want to maintain this shape, like, you can double click on this, it will create exactly the same shape size. So I just click on that, and I'm going to, let's use blue. I just gave it blue. Remember, the colors here are the previously used colors. So I want to change the borderline. I'm going to use this. I don't want any borderline. This shows that it's going to be empty. So I'm going to use this. Okay, so I want to click on this. Let's say the name of the juice company is Cherished Juice. So I just type that now. So Control K will break your object. I didn't mention that before, or Command K if you're using Mac. Control K now. So I can expand. I remember telling you that. Can reduce. Okay, so I'm going to change this font. Then I'm going to change this font to So I'm expanding these two. So I think I want to use another type of font for these. Let's try Montserrat. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so we have these now. I'm going to broaden these. Okay, so let's try another family of Montserrat. Montserrat. Okay, so I have this. This is still elementary, like we all know. This is intro to Corel Draw. You will need to now be scaling up. Okay, so we have this done. Okay, so I want to duplicate this. Control D or Command D. So I want to change this font to something lighter. Then I have this, the best juice in town. Okay, so something like this, and I want it to come under here. So basically I'm just going to be using these to show you some of those things we've been talking about since. So we have this here. Let's say I want to draw something here now. That's when I'm going to use my draw. I want to use freehand, and what I want to draw is, say, okay, drop something. Okay, so after drawing this, I want to dress it. So if I want to dress it, I come back to this. Okay, so this will bring out the element like this. I can adjust by, I can delete this and then click on this and then use this to adjust. Okay, I can click on this and use this to adjust. Just to arrive at what you want and create more and adjust and adjust. Okay, so I have something like this. I can duplicate it. Alright, then remember mirror, I can mirror it like this, and if I want to turn it, you click here, then you can turn it this way, right? So I just did that, and I want more, I can duplicate it, and then I can turn it the way I want. So I'm gonna make this bigger. I want to turn it this way. So I have this way, I'm gonna turn it this way. Okay, so I have it this way. Alright, so I can give this color so white. I can give this one, let's say, light blue. I can give this one maybe green, something. Okay, so I'm giving this no color. Alright, so we just practiced how to use so of course you can dress it again very well using these. Come here and click here and then delete these, something like that. Practice makes perfect on this whole thing. Click here and then delete these. Okay, so you can create anything. So let's see what button we need to use again to explain. So that is it. If I want to add shadow to this now, just like what we did the other time, I can click on this and then the shadow will show. I can either choose to have it from here or adjust it myself. Okay, so added that. I can change the color to whatever I want. Okay, so and all. So there's something else I also want to talk about. So if I have my shapes like this, if I have two shapes like this, and I give it color like this, I have this with color like this, highlight both. I click on this, then there is this part that you can also use to, if you're a Photoshop user, you will understand this easily. But you can use this to work on your image, how you want it to look. We have the multiply, we have the divide, we have different ways that you can change the look of your work here. So it all depends on what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that. Okay, so thank you guys for staying tuned, and if you want to save, of course, this is where you save. You can save as, you can save, you can export. You can export as PDF too. You can export here, you can save as, you can save. So, and there are some other things that I'm looking at, but we've used most of them here, most of what we are seeing here. So we have the duplicate page, that's what I showed you the other time. Rename, some of these things are repeated here. Okay, so we have a 3D effect, we have adjust, we have blur. So for instance, now if I have an image this way, what I created this way, before I can do anything under here, I have to convert to bitmap, that is picture format. Okay, so I can change this to grayscale, or I change it to, I will change it to black and white or whatsoever. Alright, then under here we have what we call blur. Also, if you're a Photoshop user, you will understand some of these things. So we have a blur, motion blur, all of those things. So if I want to use motion blur now, click on it and I can increase it to see it's gonna look like motion. So that's how it's gonna look. Okay, if I want to use click on it, you can see. So it all boils down to what you want to achieve at the end of the day. So that is it for that. I can add noise. So many of those things you're going to be trying them, you're going to be checking them to really get deeper understanding of how they work. Okay, so then lastly, let me show you this before I go. It's called power clipping. Okay, so for instance now, I want to bring in a picture. Okay, so meanwhile, if you want to bring in pictures to CorelDRAW, you just go to the folder, just like what I did now, and you can either copy or drag. So I just copied this now, and I'm gonna paste it. Just copy and paste. It's not difficult at all. So I just copied and pasted it. So I have this now. I'm going to I'm going to power clip it. For instance, if I'm creating maybe something like a flyer and I want everything to be the same. Remember that, okay, this is now bitmapped. So I'm going to delete it. I'm creating another one that is not bitmapped. So we have the box here. So this button, we have 4 angle to this shape. I want it to curve, to be curved in one corner. So what I'm going to do is to just click on this. The others are not being highlighted now, so it's just going to work on this. But then I will show you if I want everything to be highlighted. So let's go back again. So I have it this way. I have it this way. If I click on this, everything is being highlighted. If I click on this and draw it, this is what I'm going to get. I can use it to achieve circle. I can use it to have something like this. But then what I want to achieve is different. So I want to work on just one angle. So I'm going to click on that angle alone, and that's the only angle that will be black. Okay, so I have it this way, right? So now that I have it this way, I can go back here. So I can have this picture here. I want this picture to be in this box. So I will duplicate this box because I still want to use the frame. So I have it this way, reduced. Then I can put it in. I click on object. I come to power clip, place in inside frame. Then I click on that. Then I can now click on the frame, and we have that. So I can pick another picture. Let's say we have another speaker. Maybe I'm working on the flyer. I come here. I can pick another picture. Reduce. Have it this way. Take this to the back. You right click on it and you come to order to back of page, okay, to back of layer, but now I'm taking it to back of page so that that shape can come out. I can duplicate it just in case I have more speakers I want on the flyer. So I have it that way. I can reduce this picture this way. Remember, I can reduce it this way, and then we can object, power clip, inside frame, click on it, and we have it that way. So you can have it arranged. Remember what I told you the other time about this? I can click on this, then hold my shift, click on this, then I can come to alignment. I can click on this if I want it to be so straight. Then I also should mention that you can use your ruler. So this is ruler. I will just click on this and just drag it out. This is ruler. You can use it to also gauge, and you can bring it from up to. You can use it to also gauge. So I can use this and have it this way, right? So thank you guys for taking time out to watch this. I believe you learned something. If you have any question, let me have them in the comment section, and I will treat them in the coming videos. This is intro to CorelDRAW. I use CorelDRAW for almost everything I do, design and all. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. My name is Cherished Polar. Bye for now.